What if I told you that your breakthrough is not in the distant future, but waiting in the present moment, ready to unfold the moment you believe? There is a hidden power within you, a force so immense it can shape reality itself, not in the stars, not in fate, but within the deep, sacred well of your imagination. Everything you long for is already yours. Every desire, every prayer, every hope. It's already done, not because you worked hard enough, but because you dared to assume it into being. The secret is not in waiting, it's not in hoping, it's in knowing. You must walk as if the way is already made, live as if the answer has already come, speak as if the promise has already been fulfilled. Faith is not a passive state, it is the most powerful act of creation. It is conviction in what is unseen, trust in what is not yet visible, and certainty in the presence of what the world still calls impossible. You don't manifest by wishing. You don't create by pleading. You step into your desired reality by being it right now. Ask yourself, what would it feel like if your prayers were already answered? What would it feel like if the love you seek was already holding your hand? If the wealth you dream of was already yours? If the healing, the peace, the success you desire was already complete? Can you summon that feeling right here, right now? Because if you can feel it, you have already begun to shift reality. This is not a matter of chance. It is law, an unshakable spiritual law that governs all creation. Believe that it is done, and it will be done. Step into the version of you who already has it, and the world will bend to meet you there. To truly manifest, you must let go of the old patterns, the doubts, the fears, the habits of lack. You cannot ask for abundance while believing you are still lacking. You cannot pray for love while secretly feeling unworthy of it. You cannot reach for success while carrying the identity of failure. The world is not responding to your words. It is responding to your state of being. The moment you shift your awareness to the fulfillment of your desire, everything begins to move, not because of effort, not because you forced it, but because your internal world changed. It is not enough to visualize, not enough to repeat affirmations like empty rituals. You must embody the feeling of already having received. When you close your eyes, can you feel the warmth of love around you? Can you sense the freedom of financial peace? Do you carry yourself as someone who already possesses what they've asked for? If you can, then the law is in motion. If you cannot yet, then persist. Keep returning to the feeling until it becomes real. Live every moment in the joy and certainty that your desire has already found you. When you wake in the morning, rise as the person who already has their dream life. When you walk with the gratitude of someone whose prayer has already been answered. When you speak, let your words reflect the truth. It is already done. The universe does not delay. It mirrors your conviction. What you accept as true within will become true without. The greatest obstacle to manifestation is not the world. It is the resistance within your own mind. Doubt is the voice of an old self, still trapped in separation. Fear is the echo of past beliefs that no longer serve who you are becoming. The mind will argue. It will seek proof. It will cling to struggle. But you must be steadfast. Refuse to give power to anything but the feeling of your fulfilled desire. If you desire love, become love. If you seek abundance, radiate abundance in every thought, in every action, in every breath. If you yearn for success, carry yourself as one who has already triumphed. The energy you project is the energy that returns to you. This is not theory. It is not philosophy. It is law. The universe does not play favorites. It simply reflects back what you believe to be true. Most people don't fail because they lack power. They fail because they surrender to doubt before the miracle has time to unfold. They plant the seed with hope, then dig it up in impatience. They declare the desire, then undo it with fear. They speak faith with their mouth, but speak doubt in their thoughts. But the law does not respond to hesitation. It responds to conviction. You must hold fast to the feeling of your desire fulfilled, unwavering, unshaken, until it becomes fact. This is not the way of the world. The world tells you to believe only after you see. But the truth is this: you must believe first, then you will see. Your circumstances are only the echo of your inner world. Change the state, and the echo changes with it. If you persist in seeing yourself as small, the world will agree. But if you walk in the assumption of greatness, Life will rise to meet you. There is no force outside of you controlling your destiny. It has always been you. Choosing, assuming, believing. So don't worry about how it will happen. That is not your concern. The mind, limited by logic, will try to force answers. But the great secret is you don't need to know the how. You only need to dwell in the knowing that it is already done. The way will reveal itself. The doors will open. The path will appear, not by chance, but in perfect alignment with who you have become. Every great transformation begins in the unseen. The tree exists within the seed long before it breaks through the soil. The masterpiece lives in the artist's mind before the brush touches the canvas. The invention is born in the imagination before it becomes form. So it is with you. Your answered prayer is real the moment you claim it within. Live now as though the dream has already come true. Rejoice now as though the blessing is already in your hands. Love now as though you are already surrounded by everything you've ever asked for. Because the truth is you are. The only thing that separates you from your desire is the belief that there is separation at all. Remove that illusion, and you will see it was always here. You were always standing in the midst of your answered prayer. There is no delay except the one placed by doubt, hesitation, and disbelief. The moment you accept that what you desire is already yours, reality begins to shift. But you must not waver. Do not look to the world for confirmation before you believe. The world is not the cause. It is the effect. It is the mirror, not the maker. Every miracle, every success, every breakthrough you have ever witnessed began with this principle. Live as though it is already done. There is no other path, no secret method, no formula more powerful than this. Those who rose from obscurity to greatness did not wait for permission. They assumed their success. They believed in their destiny, and the world adjusted itself to match their belief. To live this way is to rise above the limits of the senses. For the senses will try to deceive. They echo the past. They reflect what was, not what is becoming. But if you believe only what you see, you will remain bound to what has already been. Choose instead to believe in what you imagine, what you feel, what you claim, because the moment you do, what has been will dissolve, and what must be will emerge. Manifestation is not about effort. It is not about striving, struggling, or chasing. It is about resting in the assumption that what you desire is already yours. It is about shifting your focus from process to outcome, from waiting to knowing, from longing to being. The moment you stop asking, when will it come, and begin living as though it already has, everything changes. Most people live in a constant state of waiting, waiting for a sign, waiting for a change, waiting for something outside of them to give them permission to believe. But waiting is not faith. Waiting is a declaration of lack. To wait is to affirm separation. To wait is to tell the universe you do not yet have it. And so you continue to wait. But the one who assumes their desire is already fulfilled never waits. They move, they speak, they breathe in certainty. You do not become wealthy by waiting to see the money. You do not become loved by waiting for someone to love you. You do not become healthy by waiting for symptoms to vanish. You become these things by assuming they are already true. You feel the freedom of abundance before the money arrives. You embody love before another speaks it to you. You dwell in wholeness before your body reflects it. This is the secret. You must become what you wish to receive, not someday, not later, now. If you desire love, you must stop looking for it outside of yourself. You must become the embodiment of love. Feel as though you are already cherished, already adored, already deeply connected. You cannot seek love from a place of emptiness, because emptiness only reflects itself back to you. But when you carry the fullness of love within, love is drawn to you effortlessly. If you desire wealth, you must stop thinking in terms of lack. Do not speak of struggle. Do not rehearse thoughts of limitation, even before the evidence appears. Walk in the consciousness of abundance. Feel yourself as one who has more than enough, who gives freely, who lives freely, who lives freely, who trusts fully. Money is not something to chase. It is a frequency, and that frequency is not desperation. It is certainty. If you desire success, you must no longer dwell in doubt. Do not ask if you are ready. Do not wonder if you are worthy. You must assume the identity of one who has already arrived. You must carry yourself with the quiet authority of someone whose success is inevitable. Because as long as you question, you delay. But the moment you claim it fully, boldly, it begins to take form. This is not delusion. This is not pretending. This is creation. This is the divine order of life, responding to the conviction within your soul. This is not wishful thinking. This is not fantasy. This is the very essence of how creation works. Every visionary, every pioneer, every great soul who ever walked this earth, understood this truth, whether they spoke of it or not. They did not rise by waiting. They did not rise by seeking proof before they believed. They rose because they believed first, and the world had no choice but to conform. Your mind will resist this at first. It will whisper, "But I don't see it yet. How can I act as if it's done, when everything says otherwise?" That's where faith begins. Not blind faith in something outside of you, but faith in the divine power within you. You don't need to force belief. You need only to rest in it. Let the feeling of your fulfilled desire become so real in your imagination that it feels natural. And when doubt arises, as it will, don't fight it. Don't wrestle with it. Don't try to push it away. Simply return to the feeling. Bring your attention back to the reality you've chosen. The more you do this, the more it becomes who you are. And soon what was once only imagined will begin to show itself in your outer world. Not by effort, not by struggle, but because you became it first. There is no limitation, except the one you choose to believe in. The universe doesn't judge your desires. It doesn't weigh them as too big or too small, too far or too soon. It simply reflects what you accept as true. If you assume limitation, you will see limitation. If you assume abundance, you will see abundance. If you assume love, joy, health, peace, then that is what your world will mirror back. The power is always in your hands. If you look around and see lack, ask yourself, where have I accepted lack within? If you see rejection, ask, where have I rejected myself? If you see struggle, ask, where have I believed that struggle is necessary? Then shift, choose again, assume a new truth, and the world will reflect it. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are the creator of them. You are not separate from your desires. You are not waiting for something outside of you to decide if you're worthy. You are the authority. You are the decider. You are the creative force shaping every moment of your experience. And the moment you step into that truth, fully without apology, life begins to respond in ways that will leave no doubt. So I ask you now, what story are you still telling yourself? That you're not ready, that it's not the right time, that maybe it wasn't meant for you. Who told you that? Who whispered that lie into your spirit? Because it did not come from the truth of who you are. It did not come from the divine power within you. It came from fear, and fear is a fraud. Fear borrows your voice, your memories, your past, and tries to make them permanent. But they are not. You are not your failures. You are not your delays. You are not your wounds. You are the one who chooses what they mean. You are the one who decides what comes next. And what if, right now, in this very moment, you stopped waiting for the miracle, and became it? What if the only reason you haven't seen the shift is because you're still waiting to see it before you believe it? But the shift comes after belief, not before. The moment you decide, deeply, silently, fully, I already am the person I once hoped to become, something unseen begins to rearrange everything. Not slowly, instantly. Because the universe does not respond to time. It responds to truth, to alignment, to the frequency you are willing to hold, without wavering. And here's the most radical truth of all. You don't have to earn your desire. You don't have to deserve it. You don't have to justify it. You only have to become the version of yourself who has already received it. When you do, the desire will have no choice but to find you, because it already belongs to you. Desire is not something distant. It is something divine. It is life itself, trying to express more of itself through you. And when you say yes to that expression, when you stop resisting and start embodying, it will flow to you effortlessly. So breathe, drop the tension, drop the chasing, drop the timeline, and feel into it, right now. Who would you be if nothing was missing? How would you stand? How would you speak? How would you move through the world if you knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that everything you've asked for is already yours? Not in theory, not someday, but now. Because here's the secret no one tells you. There is no someday. There is only ever now. Every shift happens now. Every manifestation begins now. Every miracle unfolds now. So stop waiting for when. There is no power in when. There is only power in I am. So say it. Claim it. I am already whole. I am already wealthy. I am already loved. I am already free. Let those words rise from your belly. Let them shatter every lie of lack that's ever tried to define you. Because you are not here to survive.
You are here to create, to radiate, to remember who you are. And who you are is not someone who hopes for miracles. Who you are is the miracle. What if I told you that the life you dream of is not something to reach for, it's something to return to, that deep down you've already lived it, not in memory, but in soul, and every moment of struggle, every season of delay, every heartbreak you've endured, was not punishment, it was preparation. You're not climbing toward your destiny, you're remembering it. The vision that keeps calling you forward isn't fantasy, it's prophecy. It's truth trying to break through your resistance. And the only thing standing between you and the mountain is the belief that you still need to climb it. But what if the mountain is not in front of you? What if the mountain is within you? What if your greatest battle isn't the world around you, but the voice inside you whispering, not yet, not enough, not for me? You must silence that voice with something louder, not louder in volume, but louder in conviction. You must rise each day and declare, I do not beg for what I am worthy of. I do not chase what belongs to me. I do not fear the delay, because I am the answer I've been waiting for. And when you say that, not just with your mouth, but with your energy, everything changes. The mirror of life shifts. Because yes, life is a mirror. It reflects back not what you say, but who you are. You cannot fake energy. You cannot fool the universe. You either believe it, or you don't. You either dwell in the state of already done, or you stay trapped in the loop of almost there. There is no in between. So choose now, not tomorrow, not after the next sign, not after one more confirmation. Now, do you believe in what you've seen with your eyes, or what you've felt in your spirit? Because the spirit never lies. When something is yours, you can feel it, before it comes, before it shows, before the evidence appears. And the moment you choose to feel it as real, the outer world must adjust. It must. That's not poetry. That's not motivation. That's law. The law of assumption is not wishful thinking. It's alignment. When you become the vibration of what you desire, you don't attract it. You match it. And once you match it, it can't help but appear. Like a radio tuned to the perfect frequency. Not struggling, not reaching, just receiving. So breathe into that. Let it settle. Let it sink. You don't need to become more. You only need to release what was never true. The fear, the doubt, the waiting, none of it ever belonged to you. What belongs to you is peace. What belongs to you is power. What belongs to you is the knowing. It is already done. Close your eyes. Feel it. Not the doubt, not the distance, but the arrival. Can you sense it? The shift, the stillness, the divine confirmation that you've already crossed the threshold. Not by striving, not by proving, but by choosing. You chose to believe. You chose to align. You chose to let go of who you were, so you could fully become who you've always been. And now, it is done. No thunder, no trumpet, just truth, quiet and unshakable. You're not chasing miracles anymore. You are the miracle. You're not waiting for the door to open. You've become the door. You're not asking the universe for permission to receive. You're commanding reality by the authority of your belief. And this right here is the point of no return. You cannot unknow your power. You cannot unsee your truth. The moment you declare, it is already done, heaven aligns. The unseen moves. The earth shifts to mirror your internal state. You are not small. You are not forgotten. You are not delayed. You are chosen. You are the vessel. You are the word made manifest. So stand tall, speak boldly, live fully, not because it's easy, but because it's yours. And from this day forward, let every step you take, every word you speak, every breath you draw, say one thing: I have already received. Because you have. If this message spoke to your spirit, subscribe now. We are building a space of power, purpose and prophetic truth, and we walk in victory together. Comment below. It is already mine. Speak it. Claim it. Watch how the world begins to agree. Your miracle has already begun. Now go live like it.